Only on pre-trip. For y'all to better get a grip on the pre-trip, we're gonna do it a little different today. I'm gonna say it, you're gonna say it. Then we're gonna go down the checklist. Your lenses on the front of the truck, so you know what them lenses is. You don't have to check the lights because you check the lights when you do your NCAP. So when you do your NCAP, right here when it say do your external light check, you got to tell the examiner to get out the truck. So you can test the lights all the way in the back of this truck and trailer. Then you got to test the ones from the front. From the back, it's brake lights, it's tail lights, brake lights, left turn signal, right turn signal, four-way flasher, clearance lights. That's from the back. You got to get them enough time to give you the thumbs up. So when you checking your lights back there, as soon as you turn the lights on,
you have to say it, right? Left turn, right turn.
As soon as you turn the lights on,
do clearance.
When you turn the lights on, every light on this truck gonna come on. So all you gotta do is turn the lights on. From the back, the lights that come on when you, just like in your car, you got your tail lights. Then you put your foot on the brake, you got your brake lights. Left turn signal, right turn signal, four-way flash, your clearance lights. Then you tell them to come to the front. But when they checking the lights back there, you gotta give them enough time to look at the truck, look at the lights, down the side of the trailer, back of the trailer, and the back of the tractor. They checking all of them from all the way back there. Then you tell them to come to the front so they can see all the lights on the front. It's low beams, high beams, left turn signal, right turn signal, four-way flashers, and clearance lights. You always end off with the clearance lights. Then when you come out the truck, you ain't checking nothing but the lenses. That ain't nothing but the coverings. You start off top to bottom, inside out. So you got your clearance light lenses, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged, no loose or missing nuts and bolts, amber color and clean. Headlight lenses, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged, no loose or missing nuts and bolts, clear in color and clean. You got your turn signal lenses, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged, no loose or missing nuts and bolts, and them amber in color and clean. All right? You're gonna check underneath for any puddles that would indicate a leak. That's the whole front of this truck.
Don't you gotta check the leans, no?
Yeah. Then you gotta check the leans, which I don't understand why that's in there because you gotta check the suspension anyway. But they added that. That's another dumbass thing they added. You're gonna check for leans, which would indicate a flat tire or a suspension problem. That's what you check from the front. Then you open up the hood.
But it doesn't even say it on here, boss.
But you got to say it. It ain't on there, but you got to say it. It's a lot of stuff that you have to say just to get the point. Not extra.
This is what you did.
That's it.
Okay.
All right? Then you go to the next part. Do it top to bottom, inside out. So you did all the lenses. So, your coolant. The only real thing I need to know about this, for real, is that it's between the add and full. But they added. The coolant is used to cool the engine. All right? So right off the paper, it's used to cool the engine, and it's filled between the add and fill mark, and it's not leaking. And whatever you do, don't remove that cap if this engine is hot. All right? You come off of that, and you go right to your engine oil, which is used to lube the engine. And it is, yeah, but it's for all the fluid levels.
Okay.
And then the fluid and air leaks is at the end. Okay? So all your fluid is your coolant, engine oil, and power steering fluid. Your engine oil is filled between the add and fill mark. And it's not leaking. Actually, when you say leaking, it adds for both of them. So you say it while you're right there. Then you got your power steering fluid, which is used for wheel action. Assisting in wheel action, and it's filled between the add and fill mark, and it's not leaking. Then you get the check mark for the fluid and air leaks, all in the last one. All remaining hoses are airlines, properly mounted and secure, not worn, cracked, or cut, or leaking, and not corroding. That's how you get the, on your checklist, when you say that, you get all the fluid and air leaks. Now you go to the steering. Your steering gearbox is properly mounted and secure, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged, and it's not leaking. That has fluid in it. Then you leave from there, you go to the power steering hose. Properly mounted and secure. Not worn, cracked, or cut. Connections is tight and it's not leaking. Then you go pitman arm, drag link, upper control arm, lower control arm, and the tie rod. Properly mounted and secure. Not cracked, broken, or damaged. And not bent.
So they can do it all in a package like that.
Huh? Yeah.
They can do
That's
it
the
all.
only
They
thing
don't
you
have to
can
do it individually.
That's the only thing that you have to do linked all together, because that's all your suspension. Pitman arm, drag link, upper
Steering.
control arm. Yeah, it's all your steering. Pitman arm, drag link, upper control arm, lower control arm, and your tie rod. All 4 ball joints with grease boots. You got 3 on this side, 1 on the other side. That's your ball joints. You got 1, 2, 3, and another one on the other side. They properly mounted and secure, not worn, cracked, or loose. Your steering system has no missing nuts, bolts, or cotter pins.
And that's it for the steering.
And that's it for your steering. Then, once you know the pre-trip, you ain't even got to come to this tire yet. You go front spring mount, rear spring mount, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. No loose or missing nuts and bolts. The leaf springs, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged, and not shifted out of alignment. That's the only thing that's out of order on this pre-trip, is your suspension. But once you know it, all you gotta do is go straight to it. Shock absorber, properly mounted and secure, not damaged, not leaking, and it's not dented. They want to hear that that's not dented.
Okay.
Then you go your brake airline. Then you kill your braking. Brake airline, properly mounted and secure, is not cracked, worn, frayed, or leaking. The connections is tight, and they're properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, damaged, and not leaking. Or you can do it. The airline, brake airline is properly mounted and secure, is not worn, cracked, or cut. Connections is tight, and it's not leaking. On both ends or the airline ain't leaking. Then you go, your brake drums, brake liners. Properly mounted and secure. I do it just like y'all. That's so we won't miss nothing.
Does everything.
Brake drum, brake liners, properly mounted and secure. Not cracked,
No, look, checklist.
broken, not contaminated with grease or oil.
I'm saying you guys can use it against us. He's going by the checklist.
Then you flip back. Once you learn the pre-trip, that's how you do it. I'm gonna switch it back though. All I gotta do is go in the computer and switch it back. That's so it's all in order. Yeah, when I go to the school, I'm gonna flip that back. Then you go to your tires. Check the inner and outer side walls of the tires, free of abrasion, bulges, and cuts. I do that a little different myself, just so you know. It's a free of abrasion, bulges, and cuts.
ABC.
ABC. Abrasion, bulges, and cuts. Have even tread wear, no less than 430 seconds of tread depth, and I check the tire inflation with a tire gauge at the valve stem.
They have to. You guys have to say that very, like some
gotta
students
say it.
didn't
Proper
pass.
inflation.
Right.
Some student didn't pass because they didn't
You
say
gon-
they check it with the tire pressure gauge.
You check the inside and outside of the tire. Make sure they're free of abrasion, bulges, and cuts. Got even tread wear. No less than 430 seconds of tread depth. The tire is properly seated to the rim, and I check the tire inflation with tire gauge at the valve stem. While you right there, the valve stem is properly mounted and secure. It's not cracked, broken, or damaged. Cap is present, tight, and it's not leaking. The rim, properly mounted and secure. Not cracked, broken, or damaged. No, it has no illegal welds. And it's not bent. Then you go over to the next page. You got your lug stud holes. They sit behind the lug nuts, not these holes. You point to these holes, you're not gonna get the point. In order for you to get the whole point for that rim, you got to get the tire inflation, the rim, the lug stud holes, the lug studs, and lug nuts. That's for 1 point. You got to get all of it. If you miss one of them, you're not gonna get the point. The lug stud holes are not cracked or distorted. The lug nuts and lug stud and studs, the lug nuts and studs, properly mounted and secure, has no rust trails or shiny spots that would indicate a loose lug. The stud itself is not cracked, broken, or damaged, and not bent. Then you skip down to the, I'm gonna flip that around and reprint this. I ain't gotta do nothing but go back in. I see what they talking about. It is flipped. I missed that. I don't like being out of order. Side of the tractor. The light lens, side marker light lens, properly mounted and secure, is not cracked, broken, or damaged. Clean and proper color amp. You got reflectors on every light on this truck. If you miss the reflectors, and that's what I missed up here. If you miss the reflectors, you ain't gonna get the point for that light. There's a reflector right here.
Reflect the light lenses.
You got to do the light lens, then you got to do the reflector. The reflector on the side marker light is properly mounted and secure. It's not cracked, broken, or damaged. Amber in color and clean.
Mirror.
Traffic monitoring.
That's your traffic monitoring light. The mirrors, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. The mirror mounts and brackets, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged, and have no missing pieces. Batteries, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. Connections is tight and show no signs of corrosion. Cables, properly mounted and secure, they're not worn, cracked, or cut. Battery box, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. The def tank, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. Not leaking. The cap is present, tight, and not leaking. You can't see them def lines, but they're in the back of this tank at the bottom. They're properly mounted and secure, not worn, cracked, or cut, frayed, or leaking. And I have at least 1/8 of a tank. Fuel tank, fuel cap, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. Cap present, tight, not leaking. The fuel lines. You can't see them, they sit behind all the way at the bottom. They're properly mounted and secure, not worn, cracked, or cut. Connections is tight and not leaking. Then you got your side. Once you know the pre-trip, just do it in order. I'm gonna do it off this paper, then I'm gonna show you how we used to have to do it. I got that one stuck in my hand. You got 3 reflective triangles secure in the box. What?
No.
That's because it's on your end cap.
Oh yeah. With the emergency equipment.
Yep. You got 3 reflective triangles secured in the box. Depending on who you get, you gotta physically open this box and show it to them.
Depending who you got.
Depending on who you get.
Which is
I
mostly.
got a fully charged fire. I got a ABC rated fire extinguisher, fully charged with the indicator in the green. Truck has spare fuses. In the test truck is a pack of fuses sit right here. Close that back up. You got your airline. Properly mounted and secure at the tractor and at the trailer. Not worn, cracked, or cut, not leaking. With the rubber grommets in place, and they're not worn, cracked, or cut, not leaking. The airlines themselves, properly mounted and secure, not worn, cracked, cut, not leaking. The electrical line is properly mounted and secure at the tractor and at the trailer. Not worn, cracked, or cut. The electrical line is not worn, cracked, or cut. No bare wires showing. With the locking caps in place, and they're not corroded. And the airlines and the electrical lines not rubbing on the cap. Then you go up top. As you go, the airlines, electrical line lead right to the bulkhead. Do your clearance light. Lenses, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged, no loose or missing nuts or bolts, amber in color and clean. The reflectors on the clearance lights, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged, no loose or missing nuts or bolts, amber in color and clean. Now, step right here. I give you where to stand at so you won't miss nothing. You stand right here in between these dual tires. You get your apron, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged, no loose or missing nuts or bolts, and it's not bent. The skid plate, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged, not worn. There's no gap between the skid plate and the apron, and the skid plate is properly greased, and the skid plate is locked in position so that the back of your tractor, the back of the tractor frame, the mud flaps, and brackets will not hit the landing gear. You don't have to get down here no more like we used to have to do it. You can do it all right here from the side. The kingpin is properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged, and it's not bent or worn. The locking jaws is properly mounted and secure around the shank of the kingpin, not cracked, broken, or damaged. The release handle is properly mounted and secure in the lock position with the safety latch in place. The locking pins on this one, they're down on the inside. On the test truck, they're on the outside. The locking pins are in the out position, which is the lock position. They're not cracked, broken, or damaged. You got your tractor frame and cross members properly mounted and secure. They're not cracked, broken, or damaged. They have no illegal welds or drill holes. The DOT reflective tape down the side of the trailer is not worn, cracked, and cut, and clean. Yeah, I need to go back over this and put it back in order. I must have printed out the wrong one because the other one is in order. But it's all good though. I'll change it up.
Those are the older ones.
Yeah, these are old. Hell yeah, these are old.
So the landing gear support frame.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because your landing gear, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged, no loose or missing nuts and bolts.
Now you got to say something about the cross members on the landing gear.
Yeah, she done added that dumb shit in.
That's what they saying now.
The support frame,
Not cracked them.
not cracked, broken, or damaged.
Properly mounted.
Property mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, and damaged, no loose. So I'm gonna have to go back down to the DMV and ask Mr. Willie what the fuck they want to hear.
And the pads.
And the land,
The pads.
yeah.
Yeah. But
Your
then
legs
you
are in the
gotta
upright position,
to get
and the
the money.
landing pads or the feet. Not cracked, broken, or damaged, and clean.
It's in the one that I studied in.
And the crank handles and stuff.
Yeah, I think I printed out the wrong one because it's in the one you got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the crank handles.
I got like 50 fucking pre-trips in there. I'm gonna have to go through and erase all of them and print out the right one. And the crank handles properly stuff. I don't want y'all studying the wrong shit. That's why I came out here and grabbed the pre-trip, but I'm gonna have to print that other one. You got your side marker light. Properly mounted and secure. Your side marker lens.
Light lenses. Reflector light lenses.
Properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, and damaged, no loose, missing, nuts and bolts, hammer and color and clay. Reflectors, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, and damaged, no loose, missing, nuts and bolts, hammer and color and clay.
Shoot about the floor and the cross.
Yep. Trailer floor, trailer frame, and cross members properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, and damaged, not bent, and the floor has no holes.
With that, do we gotta say no illegal welds?
No, the illegal welds is on the, just on the
On the
frame.
tractor
On
one.
the tractor frame. Got the DOT tape already.
Tandems. It's not in
The
there.
tandem release handle is in the lock position with the safety latch in place. The locking pins are in the out position. They're not cracked, broken, or damaged. This ain't on there neither, but you got to know what this is right here. That's your ABS light. It's a safety feature. I don't even know why they cut this off of the pre-trip, because you will get your ass in trouble if this light is on and you going down the freeway. DOT will pull you over if this light is on. This your ABS light. Lens, properly mounted and secure, is not cracked, broken, or damaged, no loose or missing nuts and bolts, amber in color, and clean.
Clean.
You got your clearance light lens, you properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. No loose or missing nuts and bolts, red in color and clean. Reflectors, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. No loose or missing nuts and bolts, red in color and clean. The DOT reflective tape is present and clean. You know these lights back here?
Four-way flashers.
Turn signal.
Four-way flasher, turn signal is the outside light. The inside light is your brake light. Both of them is the tail light. Properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, and damaged. No loose or missing nuts and bolts, red in color and clean. The reflectors, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, and damaged. No loose or missing nuts and bolts, red in color and clean. Your DOT reflective tape on top is present and clean and not ripped or torn. Check this side of my truck, same way I did this side of my truck. While we back here, you tell that examiner they gonna stand right here so you can see them in the mirror. Your first ones is your tail lights, brake lights,
Turn on what?
left turn signal, right turn signal, four-way flasher, clearance lights. That's how you do it. I'm gonna go print out the right pre-trip. I see what everybody talked about. That was my mistake.
That's it.
Yeah, they on. You turned the lights on. Tail lights, brake lights. Yeah, get in. That's how we do it around these parts. Don't fall. We're gonna duct tape your ass up.
Good. Brake light.
Hit him.
I gotta turn it on.
You ain't gotta turn it on. Press that brake.
I am.
You is? All right, start it up. You ain't gotta start it up though for them brake lights to come on.
Close that. Say, huh?
You shouldn't have to. I gotta check that pigtail. You shouldn't have to. There you go. Four-way flashers, good. Left turn signal. Left turn signal.
Right turn.
Good.
Left turn.
Good. Good. And clean it. Forward is good. And clean it. For you to check your brake light, you all the way up there. For you to check your lights back here, back up against the wall at night. That's how you check your lights by yourself. Back up against the wall, not against the wall, but back up to it so you can test your lights. Not only that, use the truck behind you. If it's a truck behind you, it shine off the front of his truck. I do that shit in my car. That's how you do that. I think this was empty. This is empty. The other one got shit in it. Oops.
Most of y'all doors not gonna be like this. They're gonna be the swing open doors.
Swinging doors. I'm gonna show you how to
roll up doors. Is just the local guys and shit like that.
Most of the
doors
local
gonna
guys
slide
got
open
this.
there.
I'm gonna show y'all how to open up them doors on them swinging doors. ABS light. You know how to check that ABS light, don't you? Turn the key.
ABS light.
Put your foot on the brake.